Hello dear students, welcome to Part-2 Academy. My name is Gaurav, your faculty for Geography. So let's start the second part of the 2013 Prelims Geography GS questions. Which of the following pairs is correctly matched? So this particular question is purely based on Atlas studies. So like I continuously ask from my students that you have to give at least when you are preparing for geography, so right from the very beginning, every day just try to spare out some 15 minutes 10 minutes for these geographical locations and just try to make your observation strong. Okay, do it in the form of activity. Okay, do it in the form of activity. And coming back to this particular portion, so geographical, one side some geographical features are mentioned, another side their location or region. So like for example, this is Abyssinian Plateau. So they have mentioned the region as Arabia. Then Atlas Mountains. So they are located in northwestern Africa as per the questions. Okay, then these Guinea Highlands. So these are located on southwestern Africa. And then we have the Okavango Basin. So the location is Patagonia. Now, for example, out of all these options, I think this is one of the most easiest question. Atlas Mountains, you can easily locate it that somewhere at this location of Africa, you have Atlas Mountains. And since they have asked in the form of ABCD option, so option B is the correct answer for Atlas Mountains. But let us see other options also. Like here they have given Abyssinian Plateau in Arabia. So Abyssinian Plateau is basically the part of Ethiopian highland, and these all regions, so these all regions, they are basically the part of the Abyssinian Plateau. Next, so this is the Atlas Mountains, which is the correct answer here. Then these are the regions for the Guinea Highlands in South America. Then this is the further location. You can check from both of the maps. I hope both maps are clear to everyone. Next one is the Okavango Basin. Its location is somewhere at the center. So it is not at the southwest. Basically, it is at the southern central portion. Next question. So the answer is option B, Atlas Mountains. Next question. The most important fishing grounds of the world are found in the regions where option A, warm and cold atmospheric currents meet. Option B, rivers drain out large amount of fresh water into the sea. Then we have the warm and cold ocean currents meet. And option D, continental shelf is undulating. So these are some options. So guys, whenever we teach this topic of ocean currents, so we give certain examples of cold ocean current and warm ocean current. So in cold ocean current, one current is very popular, which is known as Labrador current. And there is warm ocean current, which is known as Gulf Stream. Okay. Similarly, near the Japan, we have Kuroshio current and the Oyashio current. So basically what happens when two ocean currents of contrasting temperatures are meeting. For example, one is the cold current and another one is the warm current. So whenever two currents are meeting and they have contrasting temperature, means one is cold current or another is warm current. So this cold and warm, it is basically based on the relative temperature. Like for example, one current is having temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and another current is having temperature of 18 degrees Celsius. So obviously this 18 degrees Celsius temperature current will be called as the cold current, and this 20 degrees Celsius current will be called as warm current. So it is basically a comparative thing. So here what happens whenever two currents are meeting, ocean currents, and they have distinct temperature, one is cold current, another one is warm current, it will lead to inversion of temperature. foggy condition will prevail in these regions, and this provides a very suitable condition for the growth of phytoplanktons. Now these phytoplanktons, they are floating in water and their roots are having some seeds. So these seeds, they are actually kind of nutritious food for the fishes. So the fish concentration, the migration of fishes in these regions, it increases drastically. Regions like Newfoundland near Dogger's Bank, these are world's largest fishing grounds. Regions near Japan, they are also one of the major fishing grounds of the world. So the reason is very simple, that in these locations, the inversion of temperature occurs because of the cold ocean current and the warm ocean current, because of their merging, and in that case it leads to growth of phytoplanktons. So phytoplanktons will be growing there because it's a still water. The ships, the coastal vehicles, the coastal vessels, whatever they are there, okay, they will be avoiding to go through these foggy areas. So that's why what happens, the still water promotes the growth of phytoplanktons, and these phytoplanktons will be attracting fish from around the region. So this is why we can say that yes, the warm and ocean current regions, they are the best grounds for the fishing, these regions. Next question. So these are some of the grounds, like this particular location you can see here, and near this location again, wherever you are seeing one cold current, one warm current, wherever you are seeing this thing. So just remember that yes, these locations, they will be the major fishing grounds, because inversion of temperature will be occurring here, and it will provide very conducive conditions for the growth of phytoplanktons and further nutritious food for the fish. So next question is question 18. Which of the following are unique characteristics of equatorial forest? So they are asking about some certain features of the equatorial forest. Equatorial forest. So as you can see here, that suppose this is Earth, and Earth is a geode shaped planet. It is not a perfect sphere, so it's a geode shape, that is polar flattening and equatorial bulging. Now here, do remember one thing, that the vegetations in a particular region are the outcome of the prevailing climate of that particular region. This means कोई particular region है and वहां पे जैसा climate होगा उसी के according वहां पे क्या होंगी, vegetations grow होंगी. If some place is having very heavy rainfall and heavy temperature, heavy rainfall, heavy temperature means that it is a very essential condition required for the growth of plants. So what happens on equator? Since the sun rays are falling vertical, it leads to greater insolation also, incoming solar radiations, and at the same time it leads to heavy rainfall also. This rainfall is convective rainfall. This is a convectional rainfall. So what happens, this region is receiving ample sunlight also and ample rainfall also. Now what will happen for the growth of any plant? These two things are required. One, sunlight, another this rainfall, moisture. So the growth of the trees will be exceptionally very tall. They will be in competition with each other to catch the sun rays. Then their canopy cover will be very dense. Gradually these dense forests, they will be blocking the sun rays to reach the ground of these forests. Now in this case, what will happen? In this case, the epiphytes, the small plants, they will adapt themselves into epiphyte growth, and they will start climbing. They will convert themselves into creepers. Okay, so they will be climbing these trees. So their root portion will be getting nutrition from the soil, while their upper portion, they will be getting they will be undergoing the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so presence of tall, this first statement, after understanding this concept, this first statement sounds to be fitted with this with the requirement of the question. So the presence of tall, closely set trees with crowns forming a continuous canopy, dense canopy. So yes, this statement is correct. Second, it there is presence of numerous varieties of epiphytes. Epiphytes, these type of plants which are basically taking help of another plant to grow. Okay, so yes, the third statement is also correct. And obviously, when there is dense vegetation, when there is multiple varieties of vegetation, multiple flora leads to availability of multiple fauna also. So this region will be having coexistence of large number of species. So this statement is also correct. So here the answer will be option D, 1, 2 and 3. I hope you got this question. So let us move to the next now. Let us come to the question number 19 now. So climate is extreme, rainfall is scanty, and the people used to be nomadic herders. Used to be means earlier, not now. So the people used to be nomadic herders. It is having extreme climate. Extreme climate means it means that the annual range of temperature will be high here. Annual range of rainfall will be also high here. Okay. So these are the regions where we have extreme temperatures, like too cold in winter and too hot in summer, too warm in summer and too cold in winter. So obviously the interior regions, the regions which are located at a quite far distance from the coast, these type of regions will be having definitely this extreme climatic condition. So let us see the options. So one is the African savanna, another one is the Central Asian steppe, then we have the North American prairie, then we have the Siberian tundra. So tundra you can easily rule out first of all. Okay, so tundra region, so more or less it will be having cold climate throughout the year. So basically it will not be having so much variation, so you can rule out this option D. Then comes African savanna. So as compared to African savanna and Central Asian steppe, they are saying that rainfall is scanty, but savanna they are having some seasonal rainfall, and this rainfall is quite a heavy rainfall. So yes, we can rule out this African savanna also. And because they are saying that people used to be nomadic herders, so in that case the answer will be option B, Central Asian steppe, because it is fulfilling all the requirements of these particular conditions which are mentioned in the question. Next question now. So here the answer is option B. Now next, with reference to usefulness of the byproducts of sugar industry, which of the following statements are correct? Which of the following statements are correct? First, bagasse can be used as biomass fuel for the generation of energy. Then molasses can be used as one of the feedstocks for the production of synthetic chemical fertilizers. Then we have the molasses can be used for the production of ethanol. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Now this is one of the very easy, simple and logic based question. You have to simply apply one logic here, that the byproduct is being derived from a organic material. It is being derived from an organic material. So organic materials byproduct will also be organic in nature, and from organic material you can produce biomass fuel also, and you can produce ethanol also from the same thing. But synthetic chemical fertilizers won't be possible in this case, because it's a chemical type of thing. You can produce the organic products from this thing. So obviously the answer will be statement 1 fits the requirement of the question. So this is the correct statement, and statement 3 is also correct. So your answer will be option C, 1 and 3 only. So this bagasse, what is this? So it is the byproduct of sugar cane. Like you might have consumed sugarcane juice, so you might have seen those the residual part of the sugar canes. So it is basically referring that thing. Yes, so these are the residual parts of the sugar cane. So these are basically known as bagasses. Okay, let's move to the next question now. So this is sugarcane, bagasse. Then it is basically processed. Okay, it is treated and then it is used to produce ethanol. And the petrol which we are consuming in India, it is a ethanol blended petrol. So just write in the comment box that how much percentage of ethanol is mixed with petrol in India. Next question. Consider the following. First, electromagnetic radiations. Then we have the geothermal energy. Then we have the gravitational force. Then we have the plate movements. Then we have the rotation of Earth. Then we have the revolution of the Earth. Now, what is the demand of the question? So, which of the above are responsible for bringing dynamic changes on the surface of the Earth? Dynamic changes simple means like the action either due to which the landforms are being created or the landforms are destroyed. So, as I have told you earlier also in my classes that endogenic forces and exogenic forces. Okay, what are endogenic forces? So these are the forces which are responsible for creating new landforms. Okay, while the exogenic forces, they are responsible for destroying a landform. For example, the endogenic forces will be resulting in the formation of a mountain, a peak, or a very vast folded mountain range. But at the same time, the exogenic forces, they will be resulting in the denudation of these mountains. So one force is basically creating and another force is basically denuding those landforms. So you have to simply see that either whether these things, they are falling under the category of endogenic or exogenic forces or not. So electromagnetic radiations, yes, they do fall. Okay. Then geothermal energy, so it is an endogenic force. Gravitational force, yes, it is also acting. Then plate movements, yes, it's also an endogenic force. Then rotation of Earth, revolution of the Earth, so they are also responsible for some of the external forces. So all these statements are correct and all these are responsible to bring the dynamic changes on the surface of the Earth. So here the answer will be option D, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6. Let us come to the next question now. Which one among the following industries is maximum consumer of water in India? So we have engineering industry, then we have the paper and pulp industry, then textiles, then we have the thermal power. So it's a very quite a easy question, quite a factual type of question also. So the answer will be thermal power. So thermal power is among these industries, it is the largest consumer. Okay, it is the largest consumer. So answer will be thermal power. Next, which of the following leaf modification occurs in desert areas? Which of the following leaf modification occurs in desert areas to inhibit water loss? So students, like these plants, they also undergo the process of transpiration where they are losing the water from the leaves. So we also call it as evapotranspiration because later on this moisture will be evaporated. So evapotranspiration is the word. Now those areas, because this is a concept of adaptation. Okay, this is the concept of adaptation. That is the plant, that is the flora or the fauna of a particular region. They are adjusting themselves according to the prevailing climatic conditions. So as far as these desert regions are concerned, in desert regions there is shortage of water, there is shortage of moisture or scarcity of moisture. So in order to survive, the plants or the flora or in these regions, they will undergo certain changes. First, the leaves of these many of these plants, their leaves will be turned into thorns. Okay, so thorns instead of leaves, third statement is correct. Then second thing, that if the leaves are of larger size, so they will be having larger surface area to lose moisture through the process of evapotranspiration. But in order to prevent excess of the moisture from the leaves, they will shrink themselves into smaller size. So you will find here tiny leaves or either no leaves. And second thing, even those plants which are having leaves, they will be having waxy coating. They will be having waxy coating in order to prevent the heat loss. in order to prevent the moisture loss from these leaves. So this first statement is also correct. So your answer will be option D, 1, 2, and 3. Your answer will be option D, 1, 2, and 3. So these are type of vegetations which can be found in the desert regions. Okay. For example, these are commonly called as xerophytic vegetation. They are commonly called as xerophytic vegetation. I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay, guys, thank you very much, and see you soon in the next session. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Thank you.